Hello, everybody. My name is Lamicia Graham, and this is my final ePortfolio presentation, which is related to my MyCred ePortfolio. The two projects that I decided to put on my MyCred was a portfolio project for my Business 215 class, which is Management Principles, as well as my Business 120 class, which is Sales and Service Principles. Now, my Management Principles class, it was kind of fun to do actually, but it was kind of hard to keep up with it. It was a lot of concepts and stuff that I didn't really understand. It was kind of new to me. Um, And the portfolio project task for my management principles course was to explore business concepts that I found most interesting. Now, the topic that I chose was teamwork within the workplace. A lot of companies and a lot of entrepreneurs don't really care for teamwork. There's a lot of managerial positions and people in those positions that really don't really like to incorporate other people into their work. They feel that the work would get done more faster or it'll be more efficient or effective if they do it themselves. Now, throughout this portfolio project, I went into detail about how important teamwork is when owning a business or whatever the case may be. The course and program outcomes that apply to this portfolio project, just to name a few, were to recognize management and leadership skills, and the career and community, which was participate in social learning and professional communities for personal and career growth. Now, why I chose this topic and how it relates to the program and institutional outcomes was because it encourages employees, new and old, to work together to get a job done. And it also familiarizes people with, coworkers that they're not familiar with. A lot of people who actually work in one building don't really know each other. It's common, but it's not really that great either. I've worked in places where there was a huge number of employees and I had no clue who they were at all. It also fosters creativity and learning. It blends complementary strengths. It builds trust. It teaches conflict resolution skills, which is really, really, really big when working with a large number of people. It also promotes a wider sense of ownership, and it also encourages healthy risk taking. Now, my Business 120 course, which was Sales and Service Principles, just to remind you, um, the task for that portfolio project was to pretty much describe a company that I wanted to work for, describe their company's products and prospect needs, information on competitors, uh, complete a sales call script, a company background, sales trends, and stuff like that, and strengths and weaknesses of both the competition and of the company that I would wish to work for. The program and course outcomes that related to this portfolio project was to recognize management and leadership skills, employ strategies for reflection on learning and practice in order to adjust learning processes for continual improvement, as well as the career and community one, which is participate in social learning and professional communities for personal and career growth. Now, with that project, I feel that it relates to these institutional and course outcomes because completing this project, it taught me the essentials of conducting an effective sales call and presentation, which is related to the career and community. For example, objections. Objections in sales aren't necessarily a rejection, but more so some concerns that a buyer may have while considering purchasing your product. To handle objections, you should think of a question or questions that a buyer may have and come up with potential answers. And you should also remain calm, speak loud, clear, and remain confident to ensure that you are knowledgeable toward the product, which is effective in management and leadership positions. Now, after completing this capstone course, I realized that all of these courses are pretty much bundled up into one. They all have pretty much the same institutional outcomes. Some of them have the same course outcomes. The Business 215 course and the Business 120 course, Management Principles and Sales and Service Principles, both have the program outcome of recognize management and leadership skills, which is also brung up in the capstone course. So, with that being said, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for being so patient with me, and thank you for expanding my knowledge in all of these aspects of business. Without this school, let alone this course, I would have never known any of these things, honestly. And I just wanted to say, again, thank you. This was great. This was very knowledgeable. Have an awesome day, guys.